Okay, first we'll start by looking at the general layout and structure of the letter. The choice of font is good. The page is clean, not too wide. I like to keep it under 700, 650, and your paragraph size is good and inviting to read. So I wouldn't change much about that. Okay, very clean, a clean page. Okay, and so let's first take a look at your headline, and then we're going to move through the letter. Okay, attention, if you are someone you love is suffering from an autoimmune disease, then this will be the most important letter you ever read. Okay, not bad, as a tried and true formula to get somebody to continue reading the rest of the letter. So not bad for the headline. What I may do is maybe like yellow highlight the attention, just so that it can get more attention. Okay, so I'll do like a little yellow highlighting for the word attention, or maybe for the entire top. Okay, let's look at your headline itself. A former autoimmune disease sufferer reveals the only holistic system in existence that will show you how to get rid of your autoimmune disease in 6 months and regain your natural inner balance using a unique 3-step. Okay, the headline itself is a little long, and normally I use the test. Once you have to use the word "that" in your headline, is always a good indication that the headline itself is too long. The headline could be kept under 17 words, kind of a good rule of thumb here. So to shorten the headline, you say former autoimmune disease sufferer reveals the only holistic system in existence. Well, that's what only kind of means. Not that emphasis is bad, but in existence is not really necessary here. If it is the only one, then in existence doesn't really add any new idea to the fact that it's the only one. Only holistic system that will show you how to get rid of your autoimmune disease in 6 months and regain your natural inner balance using a unique system. Okay, now here the headline actually starts at this point. Okay, how to get rid of your autoimmune disease in 6 months and regain your natural inner balance using a unique 3-step method no one else will tell you about. This is where your headline really starts. So what I'll do, I'll use this here as the headline. Okay, use this section as the headline, and here the former autoimmune reveals holistic system in existence. I will place this here as like your subhead. Okay, so I'll place this below below the headline here. But the how to get rid of your autoimmune is where the headline really starts. Okay, and so the headline itself is not bad, but I will shorten it by cutting out this section and placing it below and using how to get rid of your autoimmune disease as being the headline itself. Okay, now to personalize the letter, it's also a good idea as well to add the date. Okay, to add a kind of date and time to make it seem as though it's a real personal letter to the person. Okay, dear friend, are you sick of suffering in pain? Now, interestingly, when you are writing a letter, you have to kind of read it out loud to see how it sounds, because that's how we read. We read by actually reading aloud in our heads. Okay, and so some things are not bad grammatically speaking, but they don't sound good, or they can trip up the person when they're speaking. So, for example, sick of suffering in pain, suffering because you have ing here already, in pain. Okay, you see the ing is very difficult to say, and if something is difficult to say, then your brain kind of tend to hesitate and want to go over it. Now, even though that is not something you want to do, a special place you don't want to do it is in the beginning line. Your very first sentence in your letter is the most important line apart from your headline. So you do not want to have the person to hesitate, especially in the first sentence. Okay, okay, so maybe you can leave out pain here and say, are you sick of suffering in discomfort or dysfunction as your autoimmune disease takes over your body and life? Are you tired of popping pills, buying medication, and filling scripts? Okay, all these are starting with problems, or are you interested in a holistic approach to managing your autoimmune disease and not sure where to start? Okay, all these, not a bad start for the letter, okay, but just be careful of, you know, things that just don't sound good together here, okay, but at least this will get the person's attention because you know, that's the problem that you're trying to solve in the letter itself. Okay, now I don't want to waste your time pouring you long letters. Now here again, these are basically wasting words. Okay, by telling the person you don't want to waste their time and bore them in a long letter, well, give them a short letter. So it's a matter of rather than telling them what you're going to do, just do it. Okay, so especially here in the beginning of the letter, you're trying to get the person's attention and you're trying to also get the person's sympathy. Okay, so you don't want to waste words here by telling them that you're not going to waste the time. By telling them that you're not going to waste the time, you're wasting their time because it doesn't add any value at all to the letter. Okay, so I will strike this out. Okay, I know how to solve your problem of an autoimmune disease because I was in your position before. Okay, my name is Peter Alexis. Okay, now what helps as well too in these types of letters, where you're offering a solution to a particular person's health problem, it's good to use a smug shot. Okay, it's good to use a picture of yourself at the very beginning. Okay, pictures get attention. Okay, Facebook ads and other kind of pay-per-click ads and ads in general. Normally, if they use the face of a person looking directly at the prospect, you know, they get attention. Okay, human face and human interaction is something that we naturally engage with. But especially like where you're telling your personal story and letting them know that how you struggle and overcome. It's good to use a picture of yourself here, okay, and let's continue. I know how to solve your problem of an autoimmune disease because I was in your same position before. Okay, here you can say hi. You know, my name is Peter Alexis, and I just want to take a short moment to tell you about my battle with autoimmune disease. Okay, here you're building empathy, which is very good. Okay, I always had an interest in health and was very physically active. These kind of little helper words don't help much. I always had an interest in and was physically active. Growing up I always had an interest in health and was physically active growing up and into my university days. A kind of upward expression here, growing up and into my universities. May want to rework this. The final year of my postgraduate health profession degree was a very stressful period of my life. The day after doing some exercise, I woke up and both my knees felt creaky and a little different. I thought nothing of it and just thought I had overdone it. Okay, be careful of using the same words too soon after the other. You know, kind of try to use a different words. I thought and just thought. Okay, try to use a different word here. Within a few days, they started to swell tremendously, so much so that I could hardly bend. My life would never be the same. Okay, now in telling your story, you want to show and not tell. Okay, so rather than say the things that happened to you, kind of give you experience that you went through as they happened to you. Okay, you know, rather than stating when I got up my knees were swollen, you know, you can say that you could hardly get up out of bed. When you look at your knees, they were as large as grapefruit and you know and red and so forth. Okay, and they would realize, okay, then, well, you're in a lot of pain and it's swollen. Okay, so try to kind of keep to that technique of storytelling, which is, you know, showing and not telling. So let them understand from what you're saying the pain that you're going through, rather than saying, well, I was in a lot of pain. Let them understand that you know, your legs were swollen and stuff, rather than just saying it clearly out. Okay, within days they started to swell tremendously, so much so that I could hardly bend them. My life would never be the same from that day on. Things really started to go downhill after that. It seemed that, okay, be careful also of the overuse of the word that. If you can strike out that and it doesn't change the sense of the sentence, you cannot always get rid of the word that. But if you can strike out that and it doesn't change the sense of the sentence, you can do it. Okay, it seemed that every day, okay, see the repetition of the same word one after the other as well too. It seemed that every day, it seemed, okay, this one can go. It seemed every day that I woke up, another joint or area of my body was sore and swollen. So here again, you are telling, okay, you know, rather say like, you know, it was like climbing a mountain just to try to get out of my bed, and stuff like that. Okay, within a matter of weeks, my knees, ankles, elbow, and a few of my fingers were grossly swollen. It took me, try to use a different word for swollen as well too. It took me about 5 hours to get going in the morning, just to be able to walk around at a gingerly pace. Again, telling your story, you're trying to build empathy, which is very good. Okay, so all I'm critiquing here basically is how you tell that story, and how you tell that story is really that you want to try to, you know, to show and not tell. Okay. Okay, let's continue. I remember crying, you know, when I received the diagnosis of because again here you're telling, again, you know, say, you know, I went to my doctor and I couldn't believe what I heard. I was shocked, and you know, and so forth. Okay, I say, you know, that you were crying. Just state that you were crying, because I had studied this type of autoimmune disease in my college course, and I knew the implications, the possible end result. The side effect from the medication sounded like another disease. Okay, here again, the side effect, I know what you're saying as well. So the side effect from the medication sounded like another disease. This you can say, rather saying that it sounded like another disease, basically say that like it was worse than, or it seems that the side effect from the medication was worse than the disease itself. And a lot of people can identify with that because of these so many commercials you have on television, you know, where the side effects do sound worse than the actual disease that you have. Okay. I was told I had to go on medication, and was given a 2-page handout listing all the side effects of the proposed medication, some of which included dizziness, nausea, and my sweat turning orange. Plus, I had to get regular blood tests because the medication also caused liver tumors. Okay. Okay, now here you've pulled out this to be your subhead. Okay, the side effect by the medication sounds like another disease. Okay, and here to make it a little bit more shocking, and to build empathy, and also to get the person really thinking seriously about getting rid of the problem. In other words, you're trying to magnify the problem. Then I would make this a subhead instead, because the medication also causes liver tumors. Okay, exclamation. So I will make this a subhead. Okay, because you really want to scare the person into taking action. Okay, so rather than having this as a subhead, what I'll do is that I pull out something like this, because the medication also causes liver tumors. Okay, this to be the subhead, because at this stage in the letter, you're trying to get the person's attention, and you're also trying to get them to realize that the medication, what they're on, which is actually the competition for your product, you know, it could be dangerous. Okay, I was in a lot of pain and desperate for a solution to my sore joints, but the risk of liver tumors, it sounded like I was just trading one problem for another. Again, how you said this here, I was trading one problem for another, is not direct enough, it's not harsh enough. Okay, say what it is. Say it seemed as though I was simply trading swollen joints and knees for liver tumors. Okay, so rather in here you're in doing that, you're being specific. So rather than saying that I traded one problem, like what is the problem? I mean, there are so many different problems that you can have. You know, placing the wrong stamp on an envelope is a problem. Maybe not being able to pay your phone bill or something like that could be a problem. But say what it is, rather than saying a problem, one problem for another. Say, you know, state what it is. Be specific. Okay, to say that I wasn't thrilled with the option of medication was an understatement. Okay, so don't make any understatement then. Say what it is. Okay, especially in this stage of the letter, you don't want to give an understatement. You want to say it as it is, because, in fact, you even want to overstate it. Okay, because you're trying to get attention. Okay, you're trying to agitate the problem. You're trying to make the problem appear larger than it actually is, if that's even possible in this case. Okay, so don't make understatements. Actually, you want to make overstatements, okay, at this point in the letter. Again, let me remind you that so far the structure of the letter is great because you start off by saying what the problem is, and you go to give your personal testimony to build empathy and to show that, you know, you have overcome so that they can do it as well too. So all that, you know, the structure of the letter, it says so forth, is good. Okay, so all here I've been critiquing so far basically is the writing itself, in other words, the sentence structure, the use of wordings, and your storytelling. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I dove head first. Again, this choice of words, this is the grammar is right, but because dove, you know, because dove, I mean dove here is the past tense of dive, but because here dove could be a dove, like a bird, then you do not want to have the person thinking, I mean, you know, you have to think twice to understand what you're saying here. Okay, so try to find another expression as well too that would not be ambiguous. So, you know, you rushed right ahead, you know, to find everything that you could find about, to find out everything you could about this disease. Okay, with my background in health science, I knew the proper solution to the problem was not taking medication. Obviously, something was causing this process in my body, and correcting the cause was the real and permanent solution. To make a long story short, the next 3 years was a journey of consultation with the best holistic field. I felt like I tried every diet and supplement under the sun, every therapy, experimented with a blood thing or so forth. Okay, here all the different things that you tried. Okay, what I would suggest is that you make them bullet points, because what you're trying to do here in this place of the letter, whether you realize it or not, you're trying to identify with your prospect, and you're also trying to say the things that don't work. Okay, so when the person start reading through them, you say, oh yes, I tried that too, and he said, oh yes, I tried that too, and oh yes, I tried that too, oh yes, I tried that too, oh my, these are all, I mean, I can identify with you because these are all the things that I've tried to, and nothing has been working for me. So it makes them more eager then to find the solution. In other words, then in listing these things that you have tried, okay, and you're only talking from a personal point of view, but in listing all of these things that you have tried, you are also subliminally indicating the things that actually don't work, and which your prospect most likely would be using at this time, and they're not getting any results. Hence, why they are reading your letter right now. Okay, so I would highlight these by indicating them with bullet points, just as how you use at the start of the letter. Okay, so use these as bullet points. They are easier to read, and the person can easily see the list of the things that you know, that you have tried but didn't work. Okay, also during the time that I tried to educate myself as much as possible about autoimmune disease, and it's anything that could cause, I naturally was very single-minded and focused altogether. Okay, good. So here you are in a unique position, because most people who offer these kind of products, they might have had the disease, but they do not have the background that you have. So you want to play up. You really want to play up on that, okay? Because your education involves health, and not that you're claiming that you're a doctor, but your education involves health, and also you also have the illness. So you're in a unique position to actually share your solution with someone else, okay? Because you have the expertise and you also have had the experience, okay? Most people who offer these kind of products, they only have the experience, and they went on to do some research, and they're now sharing what they have learned, okay? So you want to play up here on your qualification in that respect, okay? Now, what I discovered astounded and shocked me. I covered some surprising information, from food to supplement to lifestyle factors. I thought had no relationship to autoimmune disease. I learned the body is natural. I learned the body naturally wants to be healthy to survive, and often symptoms are the body's way of communicating that something is wrong, and that if you can correct the underlying cause, okay, underlying or root cause, root is a good word to use here, restore balance to the body, then the symptoms will naturally disappear. Slowly I began to feel better. Slowly pieces of the puzzle started to fall into place as I discovered, try to find a synonym for discovered. You have used that word a couple of times. What worked and what didn't work. Over a 3-year period, I pieced together a comprehensive, holistic approach to managing autoimmune disease. Fast forward to the present day, I now get out of bed. Pain-free. Okay, this I will make a subhead as well too. Okay, instead of slowly I began to feel better as the house subhead, I'll make this the subhead instead. I now get out of bed pain-free. Okay, that's good for a subhead. And but nobody wants to get better slowly. Okay, so this is not something you want to highlight. People want instant gratification. They want to be able to get the solution as fast as possible. So I would make this the subhead instead of this. Okay. Over. Okay. Okay, fast forward now. Okay, my joints feel great. I do not have to worry about them swelling or being sore. I can accomplish all my daily tasks. I enjoy athletic. Most of all, I do not live life that sentence over mucin hanging over my head. Okay, since then I've helped my own mother-in-law with her mucin and other friends, and it was very my intention. It was not my intention to write a book, but ever seeing the response on the internet from this website and the constant requests, I felt it was something that I had to do. Okay, this is good because it indicates that your concern, again, empathy. You have a general concern for people, and that you're not really after the money. You're not after the profit. You're basically concerned about helping other people in the way that you are being helped. Okay. Now you can benefit from all my hard work, time, effort, trial, and tribulation. Okay. Again, here, rather than saying your hard work, spell it out. You can benefit from my 3 years of research. My 3 years of research, my trial and error, and so forth. Okay, rather than saying hard work, time, effort, spell it out. So because in doing that, you're building value for the book. You're building value for the product. Okay, in other words, they're going to learn later on that they can get this product for less money and for less effort than you spent. Okay, so they'll be feeling as though, well, wow, I'm getting this for a steal. Okay, but spell it out. Okay, I mean, you've done so before, but be specific here. Rather than saying hard work, say what you did. You spent 200 hours of research. You tried this, you tried that. Okay, say what it is rather than just show what it is rather than just state that. Okay, then you present the book. Okay, the autoimmune disease solution. The autoimmune disease solution. Okay, inside autoimmune disease solution, you discover and learn the proven method at work. I know because I've tried and tested them. Remember. Okay, now let's look at your bullet points. Here is good to use contraction. You'll again, find other words. You discover. You'll find here revealed. You'll uncover. Here it really is, and what components make up health in the body. Okay. You'll be empowered to reclaim your health and body. Uncover what is wrong with the modern health approach. Okay, now here, for your bullet points, a strong bullet point has a particular kind of structure, and the basic structure for a strong bullet point is that you give a feature of the product, and then afterwards you give a benefit of the product, and you give a benefit that is behind that particular benefit. That's what I refer to as the end, as the end benefit. Okay. For example, this feature here, uncover what is wrong with the modern health approach. That is just a feature, okay? And so, what is the benefit you're gonna get, so that you don't waste your time, with things that don't work, okay? What is the benefit behind that wasting your time? It means therefore then that you'll get a solution to your problem that is quick and fast, without wasting your time. Okay, so you get the sense that you not only want to give what the feature of the product is, you want to give a benefit, and you also want to give a benefit out of that benefit. Okay, and so for example, so these headlines could be, bullet points can be fleshed out. Let's go to the other one. How to turn your back on this broken modern health approach and say goodbye to drug and surgery. Okay, that is a benefit. That is a benefit. So the question is, so what? Okay, well, so that you'll save money, you won't waste time, and and so forth. You won't have to suffer as long as you have been, and so forth. Okay. Also, what helps as well for a book is that to make it a little bit more concrete, to make these bullet points and benefits a little bit more concrete, what you can do also is indicate the page, okay, the page in the book that is on. So, on page 71, you discover this. This is on page 5. This is on page 60. This is on page. Okay, so you go through the book and you indicate the actual page where they're going to get this on. What that tells the reader is that your book actually contains all the promises that you have made in these bullet points. Okay, so you want to go through the book and so forth, and at the end of each of these bullet points where you indicate what they're going to get, indicate the page where they're going to be on. Okay, let's look at a couple of other bullet points, and that will help to illustrate here. Okay, how can you harness the intimate power of your body and take control of your health? And you give a benefit to that. You give a result of this, what the benefit is going to be. Okay, and you give a result of that benefit, in that respect. Okay, the common triggers of disease, giving numbers in bullet points as well to also help. The 7 common triggers of disease and how disease really starts. A simple way to look at imbalance in the body, called the triad health. This giving it a name is very good. Tease them something else like, this might shock you, or you'll be surprised how easy this is. Okay, how to use a triad health can unlock a whole new. Okay, this is actually one. Okay, so this can make these basically one bullet point. Let's moving on. The vitally important but often overlooked relationship between autoimmune disease and thing. Okay, good. Precisely what goes wrong in the immune system to result in autoimmune diseases. Okay, flesh this out. Known foods. Okay, so your bullet points are the bullet points are very good, except that they need to be fleshed out. Okay, you need to add some more structure to them. Some of them that can be combined, because some of them where you make two bullet points, they're actually halves of the same bullet point, as I indicated above. The definitive list of supplements that actually work, so that you won't waste your time buying supplements that that means nothing. The specific supplements for restoring health and these are basically the same as well too. So the number of bullet points, some of them can be combined. Not that you want to make the bullet point less. Okay, the more bullet points you have, the more value the person sees. Each bullet point the person sees as a value. Okay, so it's not a matter of cutting down the number of bullet points, but just some of those bullet points can be combined into one, and try to flesh out those bullet points. Okay, your purchase is 100% protected. The satisfaction guarantee normally should come after your price presentation. Okay, so the satisfaction is normally best placed after the price presentation. That is when the person going to be wondering about whether, if I spend my money, if I risk losing it, if I don't like, after I spend my money, if I don't like what I get, is it possible for me to get my money back? Okay, so it's best to place this satisfaction after you have presented the price. Okay, let's look at the thing. Okay, your purchase is 100% protected. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I'm so confident the autoimmune system solution will help you give you with your immune that often a no ask question. All I ask is you try out the autoimmune solution for 30 days, and if you don't start to feel better, then I don't want your money. Simply contact me. Okay, fair enough for guarantee. Okay, feedback for the autoimmune solution. Okay, now the type of testimonials that you want, and you want to have as many testimonials as possible. Okay, now you indicated that you have a before and after. I would suggest that you place, and you asked me where best to place that. I would suggest that you place that very early in the letter. Okay, early up in the letter, maybe just after your story. Okay, or even earlier than that. You can even make that just below the headline. Okay, because before and after is very powerful, and it's good to give a testimonial early up as well too. In fact, the most powerful testimonial should be given as early as possible, even just below the headline. Okay, but here you want to have as many testimonials as possible. Okay, so everyone who gets the book and support, you want to try as much as possible to get the testimonials. The more testimonials you have, the more your sales are going to go, because people are going to trust more what people say than what they're going to trust what you say. Okay, so you want to get as much examples of what people have said about your product. Also, it's good to pull out a headline from the testimonial, which you have done here, but try as much as possible to pull out results testimonials or results headline. Okay, not that they read the book and they like it or it was nice information, but that they read the book and they actually got what you were promising. Okay, if you don't have any such testimonial as yet, then afterwards you can, you wait until you get them. You don't make them up. But you want to use result-oriented testimonials. Okay, thanks for the information. In the beginning, I was afraid I paid 20 for a large print for the... Okay, be careful here as well too, because if you have a different price, for your product, then you may want to, avoid stating what the person paid for it. But I kept reading to the very end, and I went back and clicked on what I highlighted and learned more. I'm eating differently, not probably. I'm taking supplements, drinking water, keeping active. I'm feeling it. Now I feel I can reduce, I guess there's prednisone. I'll keep you informed. Okay, so be careful about the testimonials that you to use, and be careful that in the testimonials the person is not giving away too much. Okay, because you still want to build a little curiosity about what they're offering. Okay. Okay. So that. Okay, and then there's more. Okay, now tell you what, if you purchase the Autoimmune Disease solution, now I throw in a useful. Okay, instead of if, say when. Okay, if shows you have doubt that they will, you want to be as positive as possible. So instead of if, say when. The Autoimmune Disease solution, I'll throw in a useful bonus. I have personally created. The autoimmune solution. Okay, so you can solve your autoimmune disease even faster and take your health even greater levels. Okay, bonus. Okay, I don't know why this is happening. When I click on this going back. Okay, when I click on the books, I guess the books have links or something like that. When I click on them, they're going back. Okay, I'll try to avoid that next time. Okay, bonus, the autoimmune disease solution extra, the extra mile. Okay, when you're giving a bonus, attach a value to the bonus. So here the bonus, the autoimmune extra, what you want to do is that you indicate here the value of the bonus. Okay, whether you say that this is a $12 value or $10 value or something like that. Indicate the value of the bonus. Okay. Now that you've started your journey in health, I know some of you you'll want to next level find the advice. Okay, my secret morning, how to listen to ancient Chinese principles, and even answer for and get mercury amalgams. Okay, good. You're giving some information about here. Okay, you want to keep your testimonials together, and the same thing would indicate about the testimonial as I've said before. Okay, so what's the bottom line? How much does this complete life training system cost? The value I'm offering today for my Autoimmune student package, along with the value bonus, is really no-brainer. They can easily cost $150, but if you purchase today, you will only need to come up with less than 1/8 of the price. I'm sure you agree on a steal. I'm selling and no and so forth. And thing. Okay, now for your price presentation, I think that your best you want to compare apples to oranges for price presentation, and I think what you can do the best is to compare the price of the medication that the person is actually using. Okay, compare how much they're paying for hospital. I mean for whether it is medical care, for medication, for the doctor visits, the time that they're wasting have to go to the doctor and so forth. Compare that to the price that you're asking them to pay. Okay, and a good other comparison as well too is for, and I think you did it later in the letter, is for how long and the hours that the research it took you. So in other words, say if they were to spend 3 years doing all of this research and so forth, how much it would cost them. But you're only asking for them to pay $37. In your price presentation as well, it's nice also to have a cross-out price. Okay, so where you're presenting the $37, have the $67 and have this crossed out. Okay, that's another way of showing instead of telling. Okay, they will see that the price could be more, but you're asking for less. Okay. Okay, and here add to cart is safe online. Okay, once you place your order on Paper Secure, so you'll be directed to download page. Okay, give them instruction about what they get. That's all there is to it. Once you download the ebook, you can read the entire manual cover to cover, then take action immediately. Save instruction, written conversation, or 200 planning, so you can start. If you're finished for good with just covering up your symptoms while reading, saying to wreak havoc, you're ready to do it. Then this is the honest and effective autoimmune solution you're researching for. A few weeks from a year from now, I see suffering from tormenting from constant pain, stress that accompanies or living a full quarantine. The choice is yours. If you already remotely knowing the truth, the disease, bear in mind that 90% of the people suffered here. Okay, this is the at this point in the letter, this is what you want to do. You want to imagine them with a life free from the autoimmune disease here, but you started off by doing that, but you went right back into talking about the problem, which was the beginning of the letter itself. This is what I'm gonna keep feel it pill. Okay, if you want a special. So what you want to do here is picture, allow the person to picture what their life would be with your product. Free from autoimmune disease. They don't have to take these pills. They don't have to go to the doctor. They can exercise. They can enjoy times with their family. Lack of worry. They can sleep. And so forth. Rather than going back into the problem at this point. Okay. If you're one of these special people who are motivated enough to try a real, honest, effective autoimmune disease solution, one of the top 5% are ready to do what it takes to finally realize. In order to, because just think about it. Never. Just think about, because just thinking about it never led anyone to better health. Okay, sincerely, Peter Alex. Okay, let's look at the PS. If you have any question or concern I'd like answer before you order, feel free to contact me anytime. Let me will and support program. Please do not take the mistake of dismissing this opportunity. Concern and arrest until remember you are covered by a new hospital guarantee. Which one is more valuable to you? Okay, be careful about this. Okay, your price, you have a different price into what you indicated about, or getting control of your health to 30 days. I'm sure the answer is this. Okay, and you have another kick here. Okay, now what you want to use your PS to do, you can use your PS to summarize your offer, and to indicate a surprise, to indicate a surprise bonus to them, and to reassure them of your guarantee, which you have done here, which you have done here. The first PS to say that they can contact you, maybe it should be, maybe that should be reversed. Okay, maybe you should make this later. Okay, I'll make this one the first. Okay, the first PS, and make this one the last. Okay, for this one here. Okay, in other words, you're being hopeful. Okay, not that you really want to invite them to contact you, do not really want extra work, but you're saying that if you're not sure or whatever, so I'll place this okay, I'll place this later down as well. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of the letter. Let me just summarize. Okay, let me just summarize the letter as the letter as a whole. So as I indicated, the yellow highlighting would work well here to get attention, to shorten the headline by starting from how to use the date, use the date here at this point. Be careful about the very first sentence that you're using for your story. Very good placement for your story. Remember to indicate a picture, a picture of yourself to make it as personal as possible. Remember in your story, you try to show and not tell, in your story as well. make sure you play upon the fact that you not only have disease, but you also have the education, so it builds your credibility. It builds your credibility at at that point as well. For your bullet points, try to flesh them out, the bullet points. Make sure that you're given the benefit of the benefit, as I indicated before. Try to get as much testimonials as possible. Place the satisfaction guaranteed after you've presented after you've done the sale presentation. Give all of your bonuses that you have some value. Attach a value to them. Attach a value to them. In your price presentation, it's good to compare the price that you're offering compared to what they're paying, because that is what you're getting them out of. Having to go to the doctor, having to pay all of this, or waste time, doing the research when you have everything, there for, them. And at the end of the letter, along with prompting them to order right away, you ask them, how long do you want to continue suffering this way? You need to get, you deserve to get relief from this kind of disease. You have suffered long enough, and help them to picture what life is going to be like. Okay, once you have had your product, enjoying time with their family, and so forth. And reorder the PS here. Also on the editing side, go through the letter in general and see where you've used the word that. And if you can strike out the word that, if you can strike out the word that without the sentence losing the sense of it, do that. Also, go through the letter as well and be careful of words that you have used too many times, such as you use discover a lot of time. Try to use a synonym for those words just to give the reading a little bit more, a little bit more flow and seem less repetitious. Okay, and I'm sure, if you make these changes and so forth, that you will see a definite improvement in your in your conversion. So again, try as much as possible to get as much testimonials as possible. Testimonials as well is what is going to really help you carry through a product like this.